Small changes, repeated over time, have remarkable power. They're like building blocks, forming the foundation of our habits and, ultimately, our lives. Imagine trying to climb a mountain in a single leap. It's impossible. But by taking small, consistent steps, we can reach the summit. This is the power of daily habits. Our habits, however small, shape who we become. When we make a conscious effort to cultivate positive habits, we unlock our potential for growth and transformation. It's not about sudden drastic changes, but about the steady, consistent effort we put in day after day. The results may seem insignificant at first, but over time, they compound into extraordinary outcomes. I've always been fascinated by the power of words, how they can inspire, motivate, and move us. While I've always enjoyed writing, it often took a back seat to other priorities. I decided to embark on a 30-day writing challenge. My goal to write for at least 30 minutes every single day, no matter what. This challenge wasn't about becoming a best-selling author overnight, it was about cultivating a consistent writing habit, exploring my creativity, and seeing where this daily practice would lead me. I knew there would be days when finding the time and motivation to write would be tough, but I was determined to stick with it, to prove to myself that I could commit to this small act of self-improvement. The first few days were filled with a surge of excitement. I eagerly sat down at my desk, pen in hand, ready to pour my thoughts onto paper. The words flowed effortlessly at first, fueled by the initial enthusiasm of the challenge, but then, resistance crept in. Life's demands started to chip away at my dedicated writing time. Work deadlines loomed, errands piled up, and fatigue set in. There were evenings when I stared at the clock, tempted to skip my writing session. The voice of procrastination whispered in my ear, urging me to relax, to put it off until tomorrow. As the first week of the challenge came to a close, I realized that consistency was key. I experimented with different times of day to write, eventually finding that early mornings, before the world demanded my attention, worked best. I turned off my phone, silenced notifications, and created a quiet space where I could focus solely on writing. Gradually, I began to find my rhythm. The initial resistance I faced started to dissipate. Writing no longer felt like a chore, but rather a welcome escape, a chance to delve into my thoughts and express myself freely. The blank page, once daunting, became an invitation to explore, to create. Section 5, Day 15 to 21, The Power of Momentum. As the days turned into weeks, I began to experience the power of momentum. Each completed writing session fueled my motivation for the next. The satisfaction of sticking to my commitment, of witnessing the tangible evidence of my efforts in the form of filled notebooks, kept me going. I found myself looking forward to my daily writing sessions. They became a time for reflection, for processing emotions, for exploring new ideas. The words I wrote weren't always masterpieces, but that wasn't the point. The act of writing itself, of showing up consistently, was what mattered most. Section 6, Day 22 to 28, Pushing Through Doubt. Even with the momentum I had built, there were still days when doubt crept in. I questioned the value of my writing, wondering if I was making any real progress. The inner critic, that nagging voice of self-doubt, tried to derail my efforts. But I had come too far to give up now. I reminded myself of why I started this challenge in the first place. It wasn't about perfection. It was about growth, about cultivating a habit that would enrich my life. So I pushed through the doubt, ignoring the inner critic, and focused on the act of writing itself. Section 7, Day 29 to 30. Triumph and Transformation. As I approached the final days of the challenge, a sense of accomplishment washed over me. I had done it. I had written for 30 consecutive days, pushing past resistance, overcoming doubt, and proving to myself that I was capable of more than I thought. But the true reward was not the sense of accomplishment alone. It was the transformation that had taken place within me. The daily practice of writing had not only improved my writing skills, but had also enhanced my creativity, sharpened my thinking, and deepened my self-awareness. Section 8, The Ripple Effect of Small Changes. The 30-day writing challenge was just the beginning. It taught me that small changes, repeated consistently over time, can lead to remarkable transformations. It showed me that the power to change our lives lies not in grand gestures but in the small, deliberate choices we make each day. The lessons I learned from this challenge extended far beyond writing. I realized that the same principles could be applied to any area of my life where I wanted to improve. Whether it was fitness, relationships, or personal development, the key was to identify small, actionable steps I could take consistently over time. Section 9. Embracing the journey of continuous growth. The journey of self-improvement is not about reaching a destination. It's about embracing the process of continuous growth. It's about setting small, achievable goals, showing up consistently, and enjoying the journey along the way. The 30-day writing challenge taught me that transformation is not about sudden, drastic changes, but about the small, incremental improvements we make each day. It's about embracing the power of tiny steps, knowing that with consistency and dedication, we can achieve extraordinary things.